Welcome back to Recharge Garage. Well, today, who doesn't like a good basket case, eh? I'll show you. Well, so we got a 88 CR250 engine in here, in a lot of pieces. Yeah, gearbox bits. Oh, that's heavy. Yeah, just lots of bits and pieces in here. I'll piece this back together. I've already started blasting this and the cases because they're going to be painted anyway, but I've got crack there. Our Kickstarter's tried to make its way out and get that welded up. Got a nice hole there. Another one there. Obviously, people putting too longer bolts in there, stumping them out and blowing out the back end of it there. But anyway, we might just get it welded up. We'll get that one welded up. I'll just re-drill and probably recoil them or something. Tap them out. But anyway, just another little resto job. Anyway, we'll get stuck into it. Right, back on the old 88 CR250. Sorry about the noise. It's raining at the moment. A beautiful winter's day. So we've got a bit to do. Got the cases back. We've had a few little welds where it was cracked where the Kickstarter wanted to come out. So we'll clean them up a little bit, put some new recoils in there. We got bearings to fit, crank bearings. So I've got crank bearings there, new crank, sorted the clusters out. Pretty much well got everything there, so we'll hopefully get the bottom end together and get it on the engine stand, so don't have to sort of worry about that. And I've got a new basket, so we'll change the basket over, we'll drill these rivets out, put this new basket on, and need to clean this cylinder up. Now, you see someone's put some sort of sealant on there. It looks like that stuff that doesn't go hard. Where is it? Yeah, this stuff. Loctite. Permatex or whatever it's called. This stuff that doesn't go hard. Why you would use it on your head gasket? Don't know. So I want to put it in the wet blaster and clean all this up because the 88s had a bare cylinder and head, and the cases were black. All the bottom end was black, so the top end was silver. So we'll give that a clean up in the wet blaster, but I don't think it'll touch this sort of stuff. So I sort of got a little bit of solvent, just some carby cleaner, and just sort of set that on there, and got one of the young bloke's old toothbrushes. Thanks, Phoenix. An old Mater. And as you can see, it's getting rid of it. So I think I need to get rid of it first before I put it in there. Otherwise it's going to cause dramas. And I've got a broken bolt in the front there as well. For just a bit more fun. Anyway, we'll try and get that one out first before we blast it, and we'll clean all this crap off here and yeah, get into it. Okay, ta-da! So, it's all nice and clean. Got the broken stud out there, pretty easy actually. Just ground it flat, pin punched it, drilled it, and easy out. Just warmed it up a little bit, and yeah, came straight out. Don't have many wins like that, so I'll take it. Yeah, nice and clean. Just need to give it a hone. It's got a steel sleeve in this one. And then start assembling the power valves. Yep, head come up pretty good. She's had some bit of detonation in there, piston rings, whatever. It'll be right. Over here, so I'm a bit of a block man when it comes to assembling the center cases, and then once that's all pressed together we can put it on the stand. But I've got all the clusters are in order. New bearings in the gearbox and everything there. This special bearing here with the step in it, yeah, 3.5 months wait there from Honda. Thanks for that, Honda. So yeah, we'll stick the clusters in and gearbox together basically with the shift drum. I'm just having a look on the, got my computer set up there with the Honda parts, just double checking all the where the thrust washers and whatnot go. Yeah, so need to work out which shift fork goes on what, and yeah, anyway, we'll assemble. Righto, so we've got to change the basket. I've got a new basket. This one here is all chatted out, so I've got a brand newie to go on. So what I've done is just center popped the rivets, just so you can get a good straight drill on it. I've already just drilled one of them off, and they just pop straight off. So we'll drill the rest of them off. There we go. Righto, so we've just given this a bit of a clean up, just give it a blow off. Yeah, the rubber's look in good condition, so we'll guess we'll just have to pop them out. Okay, so we've got the gear pressed in, got all the rubbers in, gear on. Chuck this on here. I'm wondering why couldn't we just turn that around. Suppose it's not really going to matter. says to apply Loctite to the bolts. I would recommend that anyway. And just do them all up. I'm just going to clamp it together with a few of these bolts because I've got all new bolts there, so I figure because I need to paint it, I think I'll just clamp it together with a couple of these, paint it, and then we'll put all the nice new bolts on. That'll be enough to hold it. And we've got all these bits and pieces. That goes there. Well, this certainly is a jigsaw puzzle, I can tell you now. Oh, look. And we're missing the pin in the shift drum. God. This is the thing about basket cases. There is just bits and pieces missing everywhere. Every time you go forward, it's 2 steps back. There's always something missing. Oh well, lucky I've got spare parts. This is from that old KX250, that 91, because we got some gearbox bits for it. It had a pin in it, so it actually fits in there, so good. So not only does it have Yamaha grease on the seals, it's actually got a Kawasaki pin for the shift drum, so she's a bitzer.
Okay. How the hell did you get all this together?
Just happened, mate. You know, piece from here and a piece from there.
So easy?
Yeah.
Where's the little clicky clacker? It's supposed to go in there. So maybe I'll stick that on. Oh, goodness. Fucking sake. Right, fucking. Get that in there. Get that in there. Well, that's fuck right. Right. Third. Maybe we jumped a few gears. That's top, I think. Top gear. Yeah. There we go. So it's got gears. Always make sure they got gears before you go start putting lots of things back together on it.
experience, you end up just having to pull the thing apart again. So, anyway, that's good. So, where are we up to now? This, all these little bits and pieces. Maybe this has got to go in first. Right, it's got to go up that way. Okay. Get a bit of oil on the situation. Now, I don't know, I reckon that may... It's got to have one of those things on it. Let's have a look on the computer box. So, yeah, as I was saying there before, you know, with that pin on the shift drum, which was missing, now we're missing the little collar that sits in there. Okay. Had a bit of a look around, I can't find the pin, so I'm just going to keep putting it together without it, and we'll have to just come back to it. I just want to get most of this together and paint it, and then we can worry about that later. So yes, I forgot to put this retainer plate on. It's on there now. Kickstarter. Now just make sure, you know, because if this has fallen off in the bag or whatever, so you'll see that it's got a dot on it there, and there is a dot on the shaft there. Just make sure they line up. That's where it's got to go. And tension on the spring. A lot of tension on the spring. There we go. Idler. Clutch. Go, but can't get to that pin with the clutch on, so I think I'm going to leave that off for the time being. Maybe I'll just sit it on there and just chuck a nut on just to hold it all in place. And I'm assuming that goes there. We have a new washer. I think this one's been off a few times. She's toasted. This fresh one. What do we got? Alright. Righto. Now, this. Now, we'll have to assemble the water pump. So we'll get the water pump out. I think he's got it. Oh yes, look at this. Just a pile of miscellaneous parts. And maybe that thing's in here. No. Oh, goodness. Get off. Got the outer seal, inner seal, bearing. Yeah. Right. So it's that seal there. Oh no. Oh. Righto, fast forward a little bit here. So the little spacer that goes on the shift shaft there, I managed to find something that will do the job. So I've used that. Put that in there. So we've given it a bit of a paint. Just a rattle can, VHT stuff there. Put the rod in there for the power valve actuation. Now the little R-clip was broken, so I had to go to the bike shop and get a new one of those. I've tightened up the primary gear, put the clutch basket and everything on, tightened the bolt up, put the rod in there, went to put all the clutch stuff and everything back together there, and now I'm missing the clutch push rod. little duva that goes on there that pushes on the pressure plate, it's MIA. So don't know what that is. As I say, with this thing, it just every time you start doing something, you just get blocked by something missing. So anyway, so that's the only thing that's missing that I can see. Water pump's all back together. Put all that back together. Got the cover on. So next thing will be to put the barrel together with all the power valves. I've started doing it on this side, but I've worked out that I've got it in upside down. So this is the thing with these power valves. If you don't pull them apart, I guess you put them together and pull them apart 25 times, because I don't have a manual for this thing, but it's pretty self-explanatory how it goes together. So we will persevere with that. That will be fine. So I can bolt the clutch cover and everything on. We'll get the cylinder together, we'll put the cylinder on, we'll do all that stuff. So it's just about, you know, we're getting to the pointy end of it. Can start to see some light at the end of the tunnel. So anyway, we will keep pushing on and yeah, keep putting it together. Alright, got the power valve together. Now we'll just give this a quick hone without trying to catch it too much. Catching it. Oh. I just slipped a ring inside the cylinder there and make sure it got some good ring gap there, which it has. It's got basically none, so that's good. Time to put the Jesus clips in. Torqued. Well, there we have it. So pretty well there. Just need that little piece that goes in there that pushes against the pressure plate. Gonna have to order one of those or try and find one somewhere on the internet, I would imagine. Yeah, she's come up quite nice. Looks pretty good. Got some flashy covers and stuff for it. You know, vapor blast and brings up the barrel quite nice. But yeah. So, and another thing with this power valve thing that I was having a lot of trouble with. So you take that out and you can actually put a 8mm spanner in there and you twist it to the side, and it's got an edge on one side of it there, so you can slide it past the pin, and once you get it past the pin and the cover's on, you flick it back the other way and then it locks it and engages the rod. So did that seemed to work okay. Everything's hooked up with the power valve, so we'll I think we can pretty well just handball it off to the customer now and let him sort the rest of it out. I'm sure he can put the clutch plates in. I don't think that's too big of a job, so anyway, we'll let it go at that, I reckon. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and tell all your mates and everything. Get on board. But anyway, we'll get on to the next one and see how we go. Alright, cheers. Alright, so update from before. I found it. I found the little push rod doohickey there that goes on the pushes the pressure plate. It was in the bottom of the box, wrapped up in black electrical tape, and the box was black, so camouflaged. So yeah, so I found it, so that's good. Now the clutch is going together. Now I had to pull it back off again, the whole clutch cover, because I got the back of the Kickstarter welded up because it was cracked. There was a little bit of weld stuck in the bottom down there, which I had to die grind a little bit of it out. So it was binding the Kickstarter up, so wasn't happy with that, so pull it all apart again, fix that up, fitting the clutch now, and then we'll fit the clutch cover back on again, and then it's good to go. So anyway, good that we found the part. Happy with that. So anyway, I'll chuck this clutch cover back on, and she's all done.